In the labyrinthine lore of Hollywood's most storied marriages, few unions cast as long a shadow as that of Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Wed from 1990 to 2001, their decade-long partnership was a cinematic spectacle. Red carpets ablaze with glamour, joint ventures like Days of Thunder and Eyes Wide Shut blending art and intimacy. Yet, its dissolution painted Cruise as the villain in a narrative scripted by public perception, a role he endured with stoic silence. Now, as Kidman navigates her own marital unraveling from Keith Urban after nearly 2 decades, Cruise has offered a rare, honest admission. A blend of vindication, lingering sting, and compassionate hindsight that humanizes the enduring action hero. This reflection, gleaned from insiders, arrives not as gloating but as a quiet reckoning with karma's capricious hand. The source of Cruise's candor traces back to the couple's seismic split, a rupture that reverberated through tabloids and talk shows. Post-divorce, Kidman emerged as the sympathetic figure, her interviews laced with veiled critiques, quips about Cruise's stature, portrayals of their union as a gilded cage, that cemented his image as the controlling ex. He was painted as the bad guy that stuck with him for years, reveals an insider to International Business Times. Cruise, ever the professional, stayed silent and took the hits, channeling the discipline of his mission, impossible training into personal restraint. But beneath the method actor's facade, the barbs wounded deeply. He was really stung by the way Nicole handled their breakup, the source elaborates. She went on TV, made digs about his height, and painted herself as the victim. This asymmetry, her voice amplified, his muted, left scars, fueling a narrative where Cruise's Scientology ties and workaholic ethos were scapegoats for deeper incompatibilities. Cruise's inner circle recalls those post-split years as a forge of resilience. At 63, the Top Gun, maverick icon, whose aerial stunts and box office billions defy age, has long prioritized legacy over lament. Yet, Kidman's 2006 marriage to Urban, the gravel-voiced country crooner, rankled as a counterpoint. Urban was lionized as the savior, swooping in on a white horse to rescue Kidman from marital hell, as one insider puts it. It annoyed him when this guy was painted as this saintly figure, they claim, highlighting the irony. Cruise, who shared adoptive children Isabella and Connor with Kidman, watched from afar as her new life was mythologized. Theirs was a bond forged in intensity, adopting amid fertility struggles, collaborating on Oscar-bait films, but eroded by diverging paths. Her Australian roots pulling toward indie artistry, his American drive toward blockbuster dominion. Kidman and Urban's split, announced quietly after 18 years, has thrust this history into sharp relief. The couple, parents to daughters Sunday Rose, 17, and Faith Margaret, 14, weathered storms, from Urban's addiction battles to pandemic isolations, but ultimately succumbed to irreconcilable differences, per filings. Urban's surprising social media resurgence 2 months post-announcement, a post of him strumming guitar in a Nashville studio, captioned with lyrics of renewal, signals a pivot to solitude, his mullet-shorn silhouette a nod to reinvention. For Cruise, monitoring from his London Airy during Mission Impossible shoots, the news evokes a complex brew. It annoyed him, now he's been proved right, the insider notes, alluding to Cruise's early skepticism. Tom thought they were a hyped-up couple who clearly had very little in common from the get-go. This proven right sentiment carries a patina of self-validation, a private, I told you so, shared with confidants over whiskey neat. He's allowing himself a little pat on the back and telling people close to him that this is karma doing its thing, the source discloses. Karma, in Cruise's lexicon, a man who has donated millions to Scientology's anti-drug initiatives and embraced aerial therapy for mental clarity, manifests as life's boomerang. Yet, vindication tempers with tenderness. He knows how much she's hurting, but at the same time, the insider adds, capturing Cruise's duality, the competitor who thrives on wins, the ex-husband who once vowed eternal friendship. Kidman's pain mirrors his own post-2001 haze, when he sought solace in Vanilla Sky's existential twists and Minority Report's moral mazes. Cruise's empathy stems from shared parenthood's indelible ink. Though estranged from Isabella and Connor due to Scientology rifts, Kidman has mended ties, hosting them in Sydney. He champions co-parenting's sanctity. His relationships since, with Katie Holmes 2006 to 2012, yielding daughter Suri now 19, and a string of discreet dalliances, have honed his discretion, a lesson from the Kidman era's media maelstrom. The fact is, now he's been proved right, reiterates the source, but it's laced with melancholy. Cruise, prepping Top Gun 3, reflects on love's illusions, his with Kidman a whirlwind of contracts and couch-jumping infamy, hers with Urban a harmony of harmonies disrupted by time's entropy. As Urban croons into the void and Kidman eyes Oscar contenders like Baby Girl, Cruise's admission bridges eras. It's a reminder that behind the daredevil drops and diplomatic smiles lies a man who, like his characters, quests for truth amid deception. In admitting the blame's burden and karma's bite, Cruise doesn't rewrite history. He humanizes it, offering olive branches to ghosts of romance's past.